Who's doing? You want to do the intro? You never do the intro anymore.
No, I don't do it because you guys make fun of me.
We'll try it anyways. Let's try it one more time. Tyler's not here.
Yeah, but I don't have a deep enough voice.
We'll just try.
Slightly Serious Sign Podcast.
Slightly. You don't have to.
I can't do it. I can't go. You're already sick. See, you're already coughing.
You're making me laugh. All right.
All right. Episode 41 of the Slightly Serious Sign Podcast.
Wait, you forgot to say welcome.
Welcome to the Slightly Serious Sign Podcast, episode 41. And luckily, it's just Mike and myself.
Who's going to sponsor this one? I think COVID.
Yeah, because it's kind of rampant everywhere.
Yeah, COVID.
It's all over.
The sponsor is definitely COVID because right now we have Tyler's obviously not here. He's out. His kids are out sick. And then I'm actually on vacation, but I'm sitting right here because Tater's sick and Tyler's sick. The whole family's sick. The whole west wing.
Yeah, the west wing.
North wing, whatever you want to call it, of our entire office is out sick. And anybody that walked in there in the last 3 or 4 days is out sick.
Or you're going to get sick.
And it's a short holiday week. This is the week of Thanksgiving that we're recording this.
Isn't that like a coincidence?
Well,
short week. Why am I here?
I was going to be on vacation, and I literally got a call this morning like, Mike, we got to record a podcast. I'm sick. Everybody else is sick. Can you come in? I'm like, of course I can, because that's who I am. So I'm here. But Tater learned his lesson. I'm glad. Like, for everybody out there, this is what happens. Rick, you all right, buddy?
Rick is sick.
So you never allow enough people off where you have just enough people to do anything, because then if someone is sick, you're screwed. And it happened to Tater. So he had everybody off, just enough people. He's sick. Dude hasn't missed a sick day in years, and he's sick. Well, we couldn't fit everything we need to fit on one of the trucks, so we need to run something out. Guess who had to come in when he's sick? Because there's no extra guys. So Tater had to come in and run all the way to South Bend, a couple hours away.
Oh, wow.
So, but we did have big runs. I mean, so he's not only is he sick, they're trying to load everything with him not loading, and kind of a free-for-all loading when you don't have a manager back loading. They couldn't fit everything.
Work's got to be done.
Guy had a big order. Didn't fit everything, so
got to get her done.
We got it done.
People are waiting for the product. Yep. We got to get it to them.
Kudos to Tater. Come in when he's sick, barely can stand up, stumble into the van, but I loaded it for him. But there's a couple guys that didn't unload their stuff, so I had to unload their van, which I might put all those chairs and tables in that person's office. Do you have any idea who that might be that didn't unload one of our delivery vans?
I know nothing. I know nothing.
You know nothing? Now you don't speak English?
No habla inglés. No, señor. No, we actually had the van because we thought that they were going to unload it would be easier to drive the van to the back, to the barn, and unload the tables and chairs versus reloading them and then doing it again.
Oh, all right.
But it didn't get done. It's been a week.
Yeah.
And if you missed it, we had excellent cabinet classes. Big turnouts for the cabinet classes. Big kudos to all our vendors that participated and all the people that actually came. They got a lot out of it, and they put some kits together, some cabinets, and we talked a lot about LEDs. We talked a lot about all the adhesive products. I mean, it was a wonderful time. Long trip, Kentucky and Indiana, but it was well worth it.
I do that kind of stuff on my days off. Like, go to Kentucky. Well, this coming week, it's next week, or maybe it's the week after, we do Christmas parties. Someone in all their geniusness, or what, is that a word?
Yes.
Scheduled Kentucky party on Friday, Christmas party, in Grand Rapids on Saturday. You couldn't get two branches further apart to schedule on a Friday, Saturday.
Well, Iowa.
Iowa's shorter than Kentucky. I can get to Iowa in 5.5. It takes me 6 to get to Kentucky. So like I have to do Kentucky party Friday night and then come all the way back and do Christmas party on Saturday.
Here we are whining about it.
So, anyways, this is a good time to talk about like being sick. Like if you're out there working, save your personal days for actual sick days. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many employees we have that run out of sick days because, it's Friday afternoon. It's a nice day. I want to go fishing. I'm going to take a personal day. Yeah, it's considered a personal day. That's why in the old days, back when we were younger, it was called sick days. And now it's personal days because you can use them for anything. But how many employees do we have every year that they're coming up on their anniversary date where they get new sick days and they run out of sick days and they're sick? And then they end up sitting in their office sick or they're at home not getting paid. So save your sick days and take your vitamins. Like, how many people don't? Do you take vitamins?
No, I don't.
Vitamins are so cheap, and they're
Put chemicals in your body.
no, it's all vitamins. It's what your body needs.
You know what's out there?
Yeah, I know what's out there. I take vitamins every day. Who's sick? Who's not sick?
You have been sick before, and when you're sick,
I've
you're a
almost
little
died.
baby. I can tell you that.
No. Listen, when I'm sick, like especially when I have like pneumonia sick because of my myotonic congenita, like it takes me a long time because like I can't cough stuff up like you guys. Like I cramp through that stuff. So like,
I've seen your cramps, and I tell you what, I don't want that on myself.
Yeah, it's not. When I'm sick,
funny.
it's not good. Like it's not good. So, so I take all my vitamins and all my supplements.
So does my wife,
and she's probably always healthy.
Nah, she's sick right now.
She's taking the wrong ones.
She's probably sick of me.
Tell her take the men's multivitamin. That's usually healthier than the
Healthier?
women's.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. With that said, we're going to talk about the 12 days of Christmas. Last year was when we've been doing it for a while, but last year is when we decided, hey, we're going to do a different marketing approach. That was what started this whole, even this podcast thing and all our funny videos. And it started as we're going to make one video that's going to be funny. And then it turned into a little bit out of control. So like it started with, okay, we had these modules, we call them we were selling them at the time. They were choice HOs. We call them the hose, ho, 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 Christmas. We thought, oh, that's going to be funny.
You know what? We need to bring that back. Even though we don't sell that product anymore, I'm bringing back the ho, ho, ho.
Okay. All right. We'll
for
do
the
that.
next videos.
So, and then, we just did one, and the second one, I think it was like day 3 when I think it was the Coral Pack was on sale. And that's when I called Tyler. I said, Tyler, you got a video for it? Yeah, we got a video for it. I said, what's the video? Can't tell you. I'm like, I knew I was in trouble right then. I'm like, oh no, this is going to go wild in a hurry. And that was when they had Tyler stole that picture of me in the bibs for Person of the Year. And then next thing you know, I'm in the bibs doing videos. And the same thing when I fell down from that video the years before. So,
Yep.
So we are going to bring back funny videos. If you want to watch them all, I think Rick can link don't we have them all linked together, Rick? We can link them on, he can link them on the YouTube if you want to see all the videos consecutively from last year to see what all went down. And some of them are pretty funny. What?
Plus the bonus
videos. Oh yeah. Plus there was an additional bonus video that was pretty funny too. So if you want to see all the videos from last year, look at them, and then stay tuned for this year. I believe the videos start December 9.
Yeah, we got to start shooting those.
We'll start shooting
Got
those
my
videos.
hat on, ready to go. We already have some ideas. Hopefully they turn out as well as they did last year.
Yeah, I got some ideas too. Like I've been watching all the TikTok trends and stuff like that of things we have to do. So there's a couple that
you're not on the committee, so
it doesn't matter.
Unfortunately,
it's a matter of who makes the final decision.
No, I don't think so.
There's gonna be some funny stuff.
That's marketing.
So with that said, we're going to give you a little preview of what is coming on the 12 days of Christmas. We're not going to tell you what day because we know our competitors will run the same ad on the same day. But we'll at least put it out there. What we're going to sell. One of the things that is going to be on there for sure is our Alpha panel.
Number one seller
in our company. It's probably number one seller in a lot of people's companies because ACM is,
it's everywhere.
Relatively inexpensive, good sheet, good paint. Like they make it very well. Even if they make it in China, they make it in the U.S. It's usually made well. Obviously, ours is made better, just because that's who we are, and so that's one of them for sure. It'll be a very low price. So if you have projects coming up, make sure you get that.
Stock up, man. Now's the time to stock up on that product.
The other thing that we're going to run, and a lot of people don't know about, is we also sell ACM blanks. So
Pre-cut, round
corner, 12 by 18s, 1824. Basically the typical stuff used to get in aluminum. Now it comes in ACM. It's a little less expensive. It's a little easier to deal with. So stuff they're putting in real estate frames, stuff they're putting up on the wall.
Even 24 by 36s.
Yeah. So ACM is becoming more prevalent as far as instead of 063 aluminum that you are putting up. I don't know if there'll ever be a day that's your street signs, but it may come up. I can see at some point your stop sign, instead of being 080 aluminum, is it a 6 mil ACM because it's just cheaper.
Yeah.
So
never know. You can print on it.
Now if that happens, should I get a royalty? If some state starts using them?
No.
I said it first.
Yeah, but you're going to have a patent on that.
Dang it. The other things that are coming, I mean, obviously we always do the Signacade Deluxe. So that's always every year. So if you have something where you're going to need some, and this is where I'd say like some of you fast signs, Signoramas, that kind of stuff, your point of sale stuff, stock up, like buy them now. If you can get, 20, 30 bucks
They're
off,
everywhere.
20, 30 bucks off, you know how many you sold last year. Most of you should have computer systems that can say, hey, I sold 87 last year, man, get a quarter of it, get 20 of them.
All restaurants, bars, downtown, you see them out there. They're everywhere.
Yep. So,
and they're sturdy, very sturdy, weather resistant.
Yeah, they can.
And
take
we're not going to say anything about a video coming up, but
or look at last year's video where I tripped and fell on it, and it's still standing.
That's 400
It's actually
pounds. That's 400 pounds.
That one's still
down.
sitting out front.
Yeah, that's 400 pounds going on that thing too.
Wait, how many pounds?
Well, is that what you're benching? I'm sorry. I thought
that's not
what your weight
that's
is.
not what my weight is. Shoot. So with that said, though, I was at the gym yesterday. We were doing back, and I can put all on there, but like I can do a pull up and then tuck my legs under and still pull it down. Like that was always a goal of mine, and I can finally do it where you can do a pull up and then tuck your legs under and pull it down. Except Planet Fitness not really designed for that because the whole machine was like lifted on that side.
Oh,
so I'm like, that's not very good. So,
no.
But it's also, with that said, like it's coming up. I got one more month of being at the gym without all the soccer moms. The soccer moms show up January 2nd.
Oh, yeah.
So January 2nd, you'll see at the gym, if you guys go to the gym, all the soccer moms will show up, sipping their coffee, sitting in the little section. So they've told their husbands they went to the gym. They did. They sat there and drank their coffee and talked bad about them.
And then they go to Dunkin' Donuts on the side.
And then they hit Dunkin' Donuts right next door. So the other thing that you'll for sure see on there is our United LEDs.
Oh, absolutely.
If you haven't heard about our United LEDs, maybe it's time to start buying them. We haven't been pushing them super hard lately because we've kind of oversold. So it's getting tight. So like they'll be fully back in stock soon. We'll be back out pushing them hard.
Yep.
But if you're sick of seeing your off-white LEDs, maybe it's time to get the white ones, the United LEDs. So, and if you think yours are white, just give us a shout. We'll come out. We'll put ours right next to the ones you have in your shop, in your box or our box.
Yep, either box.
We can decide whether yours are white or ours are white. So, and we'll take that challenge across the board to anybody.
And for the price,
we got
you beat.
You won't beat it, and you basically can't beat it. I mean, there are some out there that you can beat it, but they're like the Choice HOs where they're super dim, and they look like a minion. They're about that yellow.
They're yellow.
So. What else you got? What are you excited about? What's your sale?
There's a couple things that I really like, and one is coral packs. I mean, we sold a lot because of the politics, all that stuff. But coral packs are just like a common thing that, graduations, anything that you want to print or do signage with, put it on for sale, any of that stuff, you're gonna use that product. So I think that's an easy sell, easy buy, get however many boxes you want to get. But a lot of people do a lot of graduation things and they put the GR, just spell it all out, and they use those coral packs like crazy. So I think that's one of the things that I like. And also I think the SLX, that's a good selling product. And I think that's going to be on one of the 12 days of Christmas. I don't know what day, but again, those are two products that I think that are really movers for us. And I think the biggest one is the Alpha products. I mean, we are going to have a major sale on all Alpha. So
with that said, we were going to talk about this. When do you buy private label? When do you not buy private label? So like, some stores have built their stores. Aldi's built their store on private label, right? And then other of our competitors are trying to build their brand higher than the manufacturer's brand. Right. And I think that's an issue. I think there's some things that you can have as a private label, and I think there's some things you should not have as a private label. Alpha tape is one that I would say you have as a private label, because if it's crappy, which ours isn't, but if you buy a crappy tape that's private label, it's bad before the customer sees it. And what are you going to wreck? You're going to wreck a $20 roll of vinyl. So if you save $15 on your roll of tape, but you wrecked a $20 roll of vinyl, big deal. But if you're color changing someone's Z06, you know, and it fails, like, number one, you don't have a manufacturer backing it up, because the manufacturer, even though it may be a prevalent name, they're not going to come out and they're not going to back it up. So now you as a sign man has to back it up, or you have to walk away from it. And you know the Z06 guys, I've seen them on, because I'm a fan of that car. That's the only car that I'm even a fan of. Like, there's all kinds of Facebook groups, and I've seen ones that are wrapped bad, and next thing you know, that name goes across that whole platform. Don't use this person. Yeah. And then how many people did those people tell? Mm-hmm. And all because you tried to use, you know, not a name brand, not one of the big, what is it? It's probably the big four, right? So it's not and it could be one of these products.
It could be,
but they can't back it up. The big four: Arlon, Avery, 3M, General Formulations, Orifol. So 5. There's 5 really like cast lines that are prevalent out there. When it comes to color change, you can put KPMF in there too. So be careful. Like, yeah, it may be cheap. You know, I know there's a couple people that sell these off-brand color change. I wouldn't do it. Like, same thing with a wrap kit. We may sell an alpha brand wrap kit, but don't put it on your expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Like don't. And my take on it is, I've watched a lot of companies fail, like random, and I think a lot of this is like, even like Kmart back in the day. Remember you guys, right? We always shopped Kmart.
Always.
And then all of a sudden it started, like, they tried to compete with the new Walmart coming up, and they tried to compete with, and my take is they kind of created Walmart, you know. So back in the day, and I actually went and looked at ads a few weeks ago when I was thinking of this private label stuff. I looked at like a Kmart ad from like the 80s, and I'll list the brands that it's had in the 80s. And it was Hanes, Fruit of the Loom, Legs, Wrangler, Casio, Timex, Black & Decker, Stanley, Coleman, Remington, Canon. So then I looked like late 80s when they started like failing. Here's the brands they had on their ad: Netsonic, Hankey, Shakespeare, St. Mary's, Dan River, Beacon. So they started kind of private label cheap stuff. And what happened? They absolutely failed. Yeah. And they still had this other stuff, but they had to make room for it. Like, and you only have so much room. So like, sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes your private label needs to be, you know, your everyday stuff, your consumables.
Well, that's kind of what we have right now, is that, you know, our private label, we could expand our private label as much as we want, right? The thing is that when you look at the private label, we look at it as like you say, your everyday use products, but for a savings. And that's kind of what we've kind of tiered our alpha line for that. I mean, take a good instance of the 6 mil that we sell. We sell a lot of that product. But it's used for, I use it right now for labeling our boxes. You know, it's like an everyday use thing, but it's a cheaper brand. You know, so we definitely get our money's worth, and I know customers get plenty of their money's worth of that product. But you know, that's just one of the products that we sell. We sell a lot of alpha tape, different sizes. I mean, it's just an everyday use product that you would do or use.
And the other part of this private label stuff, if you're around here, say you're north of Grand Rapids, Steve is your sales rep. Steve's been your sales rep for 7 or 8, 9, 10 years. He's going to be your sales rep for another 10 years. So if an alpha product goes bad and you're in Steve's customer, he's going to take care of you because you're always his customer. If you have a sales rep that's changed every 2 weeks, so you're buying from somebody else that their sales rep's changing every 2 weeks, and you're buying their private label, you're making a foolish decision, because they're not going to stand behind it, because they don't care about you. They're going to be gone in 2 weeks. You know, or just someone over the phone that's talking you
just
into it.
Just in a box.
They don't care about you. So like, if it does fail, they're not going to stand behind it because you're not their customer. But like, if you know your sales rep well, then buy their private label, because us as a company and that as a sales rep that knows you well is going to stand behind it. So like, back it up. Like I said, if you don't know your sales rep and you're buying a private label from that company, or you're buying it from someone over the phone, you're making a foolish business decision. Because nobody's going to stand behind it. You're going to eat the cost, and your customer's going to fail. Your customer's ultimately going to feel the pain. So anyways, sorry, we got off on a little tangent.
We get a little fired up there a little bit.
So like, we
want to help customers grow. We always say that. We want to be there for you. We want to have the answers if you have questions for the products, different things. But we also want to carry a product line that you're going to use on a daily basis. And we want to make sure that you're growing. If you're growing, we're growing. And that's kind of what we want.
Yep. And we want to tell you that we look into this stuff. It's not just like, oh, we're randomly grabbing this product for Alpha, randomly. Like, there's a big decisions that are made in that. And we think a lot about it. Like, okay, well, who's going to back it up? Who's going to stand behind it? What product is it? And not just like, oh, well, we're going to sell our entire line. Like, no, there's absolutely a place for Avery Dennison, and there's absolutely a place for 3M. Yep. There's absolutely a place for our line too. And when they start private labeling their own, then you realize like, okay, well, there might not be a place for them anymore. Like, we know some of your private labels. We know who's making for who. Like, you can try to keep it a secret, but it's not a secret. So yeah, like, there's an absolute place for branded products, and that's why we put our branded products in front, because they're gonna last. Like, I read the Kmart list from the 80s. All those brands they sold are still around. They're still big brands. The companies that they were selling to failed, but the brands remained. And that same thing will happen here. Like, there'll be companies that fail, but you know what? Avery Dennison's still gonna be there. 3M's still gonna be there. Arline's probably still gonna be there. Oralful's still gonna be there. General Formulation's still gonna be there. You know, but you may fail because there's no marketing behind your private label, or not enough marketing.
Yeah. I think we do a pretty good job on our marketing campaigns for all those vendors that we do. We always like to look outside the markets that we're in to try to gauge the demand. So I think that we're doing a pretty good job at that. I think we need to expand. I think we need to look at some other locations. I mean, I just found out that we're really going into Cincinnati now on a daily basis, which is what we wanted to do. But I think we need to look at brick and mortar there too. But again, the demand, we got to build that demand. But by having all of these products and trying to see what moves the most, I mean, I'll put it out to you customers out there. You know, if you have a product line that you think that we should bring on for 12 days of Christmas, by all means, email the marketing team and we can take a look at it. And if it's something that we all can come to an agreement on and we can move that product all over our 7 locations, then my God, we're going to do that. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm a firm believer, and this is why we put a lot of time in marketing, is good marketing can sell a bad product, and bad marketing can kill a good product.
That is true.
And you know, there's a lot of products out there. Like, I think Red Bull's the ultimate case. Like, Red Bull, okay, look, we're going to sell you an expensive energy drink that tastes like pee. Okay, we'll buy it. Like, the cool guys are drinking it. Yeah. Like, oh, these guys that are doing flips on bikes are doing it. Oh, the guys that are turning planes upside down are drinking it. Okay, we'll drink it too. Oh, it gives you wings. Oh, it would. You know, it's like, so like, you know, a good marketing can sell a bad product. But good marketing selling a good product can just move right off the shelves. Yeah. And that's kind of what we're looking for. It's just like, let's do really good marketing. Let's let people know what it's for, what it's doing. And let's, you know, and a lot of it's just getting their attention too, that's why our 12 Days of Christmas is so well. Like, I got a lot of people's attention because you got a bunch of, you know, business guys just out screwing around.
Yeah. We do a lot. We do very well for our 12 Days of Christmas.
Yep.
So we do.
And it was fun last year. I had a lot of fun.
Well, hopefully the videos are.
I'm nervous about it already because, like, when you ask Tyler, like, okay, what's going to happen? We got plans.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it all started last year.
Yeah, we laid out the groundwork right now. We just need to figure out how we're going to do it. So,
I'm nervous. All right, what do we miss off this list that we didn't talk about?
We got GF 201. We got General Formulations. We got, let's see, what else we got? Oh, 3M 180 CV3.
Oh, that's your time to stock up, you 3M people. Yeah. I'm looking at the price here. I can't tell you the price, but I'm looking at the price here. You're going to want to stock up during that time for sure.
Yep.
And the same thing, you know, foam core.
Yeah, foam core.
Rick's saying you got to talk in the microphone.
I got to talk in the mic.
That's why we have Rick here.
I guess so.
If we didn't have Rick here, we'd be...
Yeah, I'd be talking like this.
Yeah.
Talking like this.
Yeah, foam core, same thing. Stock up. You're all using it. And Coroplast. You're always using it.
Well, we don't want to give everything away. We just want to basically just say, hey, don't miss it.
Yeah, we're going to go through basically our 12 days of Christmas, we're going to go through the 12 major product lines that we have, like the number one selling item in each product line, basically, with some extra throw-ins here or there. So we're going to make you pay attention to every day and hopefully sell things. And I don't know, like Domingo's over here smiling about the videos that are coming up, which is making me super nervous. Like I may take the 9th through the 20th off.
There might have to be a release form that we might have to sign.
And the people,
you know what? Domingo's not going to be smiling is when I work him. He hates those takes.
Yeah. If you guys listen, they may look really good, but like you don't realize
it's hard work. Rick is like, we're doing it in one take. That's it.
You know, and he said, I just did the overview for the last one. Like the beginning of that one was just me talking to the microphone. He literally said, "Hey, that's perfect. Let's do it again just in case." I'm like, wait a minute. What does that's perfect mean, Rick? Like that's perfect means, okay, I can get up and go back to work.
Exactly.
No, let's do another take.
No, do another take.
Use the second take.
We're doing another take.
Did you use the second one? It's not even right.
That guy.
He's something else.
This guy.
So...
yeah, but he does a fantastic job, by the way. Rick, you do a fantastic job.
People that watch our videos.
And keep up with our social medias. Love it. And hopefully we can make some funny videos. I'm already thinking of one, and I'm just like, I already have the idea. I already ran it through Rick. He likes it. Now it's going to it's going to be funny.
The only one I want, like I think I showed you the video. Tater has the video of what I want to do with Tater, but we can talk about that one later too. But watch for that day. I think it's going to be December 13th video is the one that you're going to want to watch. December 13th video.
Okay.
So we have a thing that we saw on TikTok that we're going to try. We don't know. It may fail, and it'll even be funnier if it fails because we'll run the fail video. But if it works, okay, great. But if it fails, you watch the 13th. December 13th, watch that video.
I think December 12th is going to be funny. Or 10. It's going to be funny.
Oh, great. So anyways, watch our videos. They're coming up. 12 Days of Christmas is coming up. We just want a quick jump in here. Tyler's not here. He's the one that keeps us in line.
Yep.
So we had to do it without him. I think this is the first one we did without him, wasn't it?
I think so.
So
yeah.
People that are watching, someone said something about why is there a guitar in front of Domingo? So there's a guitar. So that's basically to say like, hey, do you play guitar? And I'm like, a little guitar. Like so. That's what it's for. And there's also this old school, like the
pencil sharpener,
old school pencil sharpener in front of him. I found this in an old farmhouse. Like it's literally on the wall of an old farmhouse. Like
back in the day.
Yep.
I'm going to go sharpen my pencil because Susie's sitting by the pencil sharpener.
Domingo. So yeah, that's old school. Remember when you had to raise your hand to go sharpen your pencil? Yep. So I didn't have too much because I wasn't doing much work. So like I didn't really have to sharpen my pencil. Like,
yeah, you were falling asleep.
I probably was. So I was a terrible student. All right, we're wrapping it up. That's the end of episode 41. We'll see you on episode 42. Hopefully Tyler will be back. Hopefully everybody be healthy. And look forward to 12 Days of Christmas. They start December 9th and run through the 20th. Remember,
check your email.
Check your email.
Yeah.
They'll be on that.
Check on the webpage as well. Go to our website, social media, wherever you're getting this podcast, make sure you check so that way you can see what kind of sales are coming up. And I think that's probably it.
Okay. That's it. Thank you for watching. Sorry Tyler's not here. We'll have him back next time to keep us under control. Thank you.
See ya. Bye.